Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast. This is our second World Cup special. As always, joined here again by Kieran and Kieran. There's not been a big break between filming, just to make you aware. Just putting you behind the curtain. It's not a big break between.
We're back again.
Yeah, we're back again. So we're going to focus this short episode on more kind of like our World Cup predictions. Just basically kind of focusing on, most importantly, who we think we're going to win, the final, top goal scorer, top player, young player, surprise team.
Pretty much everything, isn't it, really?
Pretty much everything. We're going to just work through it one by one today. So, start with you, Kieran Lawton.
Guess goes first.
Start on there. So, who do you think is going to be kind of like the surprise team, that surprise package? We'll start on there.
Personally, Denmark.
Oh,
okay.
I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I think they've got a pretty easy group. Although they've got France, I reckon they could give France a game and top that group.
Okay.
And I think that although it might give them a tough run going up, I can see them.
Well, they got semi-finals, didn't they? Euros.
Yeah, I think they can go up there.
We got a bit of luck against them and all in that game.
Yeah, we did.
Do you think
teams that they've beat, I think, are better.
Do you think
than
them
teams
getting to the
play.
semis last time though was a inspired thing for Eriksen because of what happened? It sort of got behind them.
Possibly, but I don't think that takes away the quality that they have.
Who scores the goals from? That's always been my sort of lie. I can't really.
It was
Joachim Mæhle.
They got
Joachim
Braithwaite, haven't they, as well?
Joachim Mæhle scored a few, didn't he, from fullback?
Okay. Oh, I don't disagree with it. I think it's
Me personally,
I can understand that.
I think they can beat France. Not just give them a game. I think they can beat France personally.
How far do you think they'll go then in terms of?
I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the quarters. Not at
Okay,
all. Not
fair
at
enough.
all.
I reckon if Denmark
If
get to the quarters, I'd say that's a decent surprise.
Yeah, fair play.
What do you reckon on you?
I've gone for a couple, but one of them's one of them's been quite popular with a lot of people. Uruguay seem to be quite. I'm convinced Uruguay will get to the semis this year.
Okay.
One, I think the climate will suit the South American teams.
Yeah, that's all. I think I've seen that a lot.
Again, it may not. Who knows? But I just think the climate will suit them. But they've got a lot of good players. I think Valverde's an unbelievable player. Benton Coles looked good for Spurs. I think he got 2 yesterday in the game against Leeds. Nunes is coming good as well. And even like people like Suarez and Godin. I know they're getting older, but that sort of experience, I think, could really help them out. I just see it. I don't know what it is. It may end up being a shocking prediction, but I just see them doing very well. And the other one I've gone for is Netherlands. And I don't know if that class is a surprise or not, but I just feel like they're going to go under the radar. I don't think anyone expects them to do amazing. They weren't even in the last World Cup, were they? Or the Euro. I don't think. They went to the Euros, but they missed the last World Cup, didn't they, in Russia? I think they're going to do. I think they've got a lot of good young players. I don't think they'll win it, but I think they could go to.
So where do you think the goal's going to come from at Netherlands side?
Cody Gakpo, winger, innit?
Yeah,
PSV.
he scored a lot at the moment for the Eredivisie.
Memphis Depay, I think, can always score your goals.
2 wingers though.
Depay can play down the middle, can't he?
Do you reckon he'll play down the middle? Does he play down the middle in France?
Marlon.
Yeah, I suppose.
He got a few goals in the Euros, didn't he?
I feel like with the Dutch show, they've got a lot of okay and good players.
I think they've got a lot of young players, which can go. It can kind of work both ways.
It's one or the other, isn't it? But I feel like they've got a lot of okay or good players. I wouldn't call like a lot of their players excellent.
That's why I said maybe.
Class.
I think some people may think they'll do really well, and some people aren't really paying attention.
I reckon they'll get to the quarters. Mm-hmm. I can't remember where they came in mind, but I don't think we went past the quarters when I did my predictions. I reckon Senegal. I mean, I mentioned it in the England episode. I rate them. They've won the Africa Cup of Nations. They've got a good spine there. I get Mane is a doubtful. And he
got picked, didn't he, though?
Yeah, is he 50-50 or 70-30?
He's been included in the squad, hasn't he? So
he's not 100, is he? He's not all there, I don't think.
But I think they've got a good spine. You've got like Koulibaly centre half. You've got Edouard Mendy. You've got we've got centre mids for Gaze playing centre mid. Do you know what I mean? They've got good players. I feel like their spine.
Do you reckon they're the best African team in it?
I feel like by far, yes, because it's them, Ghana,
Cameroon.
And Cameroon. And is it Ghana who's got the dead hard group?
They're the only 3 African teams. That's crazy.
I think so. Yeah.
But Ghana have got
Egypt have missed out, and there's a few that have missed out.
Nigeria not there, Ivory Coast not there.
some big like historic World Cup countries have not gone there. But yeah, I think Senegal are by far the best African side. I feel like they're good. Like they've got some good players. Yeah, and I feel like they will work very hard and collectively as a group, and I feel like they'll be hard to beat. That's what I'm going for, because I saw because they don't concede a lot of goals. They really don't concede a lot of goals. And I feel like that's when you're playing a tournament football. If you've got people like Koulibaly and Edouard Mendy, just you're only going to score 1 or 2 against them.
Yeah.
They can easily go away and nick 1 or 2 in the break. So that's why I reckon they're going to be my
Quick
surprise.
players, aren't they, like you say, as well?
Yeah. I feel like they could really.
I think
get
they're all
there.
reasonable.
I feel like they're all. I feel like with this World Cup, it's quite an open World Cup in it.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot.
I was speaking to someone and they reckon Qatar are going to get to the knockouts because
I,
they host nation.
I don't think they're going to get to knockouts. They'll get a point, and the reason
They're
why.
in Netherlands group, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
Netherlands,
Netherlands,
Ecuador, and
Ecuador.
I can't remember the other team. It's not
Neither
Senegal,
can I.
is it?
No.
Might be. I think it is.
It is
Well, it
Senegal.
could be, yeah. No,
Because
yeah.
it's just one of them
tasty
where,
group, that.
with Qatar, they've been preparing for this for years. So I saw a video on this where, as soon as it was announced, so half of the Qatari team are not born in Qatar. They've been shipped in from a young age. They've got like a world-class system where it's all purpose-built. And they've been trying to
pressure on
train
them,
players
isn't it?
up.
No one expects them
And
to
at the end of the day, if they come out with a bang in the first game, get a point,
They're a bit of a meme team to a lot of people,
Yeah.
aren't they? So there's no
I think
pressure
out
on
of
them.
all the World Cup qualifying, though, Ecuador are the team that had the best record
but
in
then
terms
again,
of got goals.
if you
goals
look at where
conceded or
you're
something.
probably playing against, though.
I think they played like Brazil, Uruguay. They played
They're all in
top.
one big group, aren't they?
A lot of them are
Aren't
kind
they?
of sleeping on teams like that. But yeah, I feel like for surprise teams, I can see all of them
Yeah.
doing okay,
100%.
to be fair.
Might all be wrong, who knows?
Who knows, mate? What do we reckon about kind of like the top goal scorer and playing the tournament then?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go, mate.
So I've gone for 2 Argentinians. Messi's the obvious one,
Okay.
but Lautaro Martinez,
Okay. Yeah.
Inter Milan striker. Don't know what it is. I just have this feeling that I don't even know if he's going to get played. They've got a lot of good attacking players, haven't they? But
Yeah.
I just see him if he does get a run of games. I think when you've got Messi around you as well, I think I've gone for it. There's loads of obvious ones, isn't there? You know,
There's a load of
Benzema
obvious
and Harry
ones.
Kane, but I just went for someone a little bit different.
You've got to back some. Ideally, you need to back someone from a team that's going to make it to at least semi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's always going to be that one surprise name that no one ever predicts, like a Schick, people like that. There's always
there always
one
is.
name in
There
there.
always
There's
is.
always one name who scores 4,
100%.
will score a hat trick in one game and automatically be right up there. Yeah. I am going to go a bit off piece with mine, and I can just see it happening. I think Ronaldo's going to be top goal scorer. I feel like the whole media and the whole World Cup is centric on Lionel Messi winning the World Cup.
Not about Portugal as much.
There's nothing about Portugal in there. There's nothing about how good they are. And I think
It's a Ronaldo thing to do, isn't it? That
yeah, it's destined for his ego to get the golden boot and push Portugal to the end.
I rate it.
Yeah, I can just see him scoring 5. What do you reckon? 5, 6?
Normally, if you get about, I think 7's normally if they
Yeah.
bet to win the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
How did Harry Kane get last time? Because he won it, didn't he?
7,
About
I think.
7, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Well, any more than that, and you've smashed it, haven't you?
Yeah. What do you think? Good.
I'm going down the South American route.
Okay.
Not with Argentina, though. I think top scorer is going to be Vinicius Junior.
Okay, from the left wing. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just see him as sort of like similar to Neymar a few years ago, sort of expressing himself at a young age for Brazil.
Exciting
And
player, isn't he?
he's playing at a top club as well. I think he'll want to be that
Big
top
name.
player. And to be honest, I can see him being a bit greedy for goals as well.
I think he's quite a good player.
Although
Yeah.
that
He is a good
team
player.
that he's in has so many players around him, I can see him being a bit greedy in terms of wanting to score goals.
Well, we don't have that natural kind of goal scorer at top, do they? Because they play with Charles. I'm pretty certain they play with Charleston as a number 9.
Yeah, Firmino's not been picked, has he?
No, and Jesus, I don't think they play Jesus out now anyway.
Got
So
a lot of
I
good
reckon,
options, haven't they?
yeah, I can see, I can see that happening. To be fair,
And I don't think they don't have the toughest of groups. I think if you look at all the groups, they've probably got one of the.
so you reckon they're going to
one of
score
the
heavy in the
easiest.
group then?
I think so.
Yeah, score heavy in the group. Come out with a
I
bang.
think Vinicius could easily get if he starts all the games, which
Yeah.
I can
If you
see him.
expect
I
him
can
to,
see him
wouldn't
doing. I don't see any reason why I can't get 4 or 5 in the group stages.
Are you going to match up with the player of the tournament then as well?
I am. Yeah,
So you think Vinicius?
Young
Junior-
player or player?
player.
Okay, interesting. I don't know how old he is. To be fair, he must be mid-20s now.
He's
mustn't he?
22.
22, innit?
22.
I thought he'd be more. I thought he'd be older than that. But yeah, I fair enough. I feel like there's
Reasonable
quite a lot of positive correlation. I really want a defender or a goalkeeper to win player of the tournament this year. I really want. I don't know
Interesting, because my player tournament's a centre back.
who.
Martinez from Argentina, the United centre back.
Oh, the dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dwarf, Jelly Bean, as I call him. Do you know what it is? I don't want to. I'm a big fan of Argentina. I've always, for some reason, growing up, just liked them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like the Maradona era and stuff like that.
You were born, but carry on.
No, but like
Growing
growing
up
up,
makes
no, you know what I mean though. Like watching it as a kid, like growing up, cut me some slack. You know
Sorry,
what I mean?
like,
Just sort of growing up and like they've always been a big nation, haven't they? They've had quality players. I just for me, I put a bet on them to win 2014, and they got to the final, didn't they? Got beat by Germany, didn't they, in extra time? I just think this year could be their year, and I like the looks of Martinez, I must admit. I don't like many United players, but there's something about him. He reminds me a bit like a Vidic. Not in terms of like how he looks or his stature, but like he's just tough, innit? You can tell he just don't give a fuck, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like he's a bit shithouse me as well.
I like he's a bit shithouse as well.
But I just think if they're to win it, I mean, obviously if they're going to win it, Messi's going to be the favourite player of the tournament, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I just think, why not?
Yeah.
If he's solid at the back, he's going to play every game, isn't he? They're two shit house together, aren't they?
I feel like they're... And then what? Is
Who's
it
that?
Martinez in net as well?
Yeah.
You got
shit house
three.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, you got three.
Loves a shit
hard
house
ones,
keeper, you don't you?
I do,
But
yeah.
I went him or Messi. I think Messi's the obvious safe bet.
Yeah.
But again, gone bold, why not?
I kind of want the player of the tournament to not be from a team that wins it. Do you know, something a bit different? So that's why I reckon it's just spoil my final, really.
Didn't Modric win the player of the tournament last time?
Did he win it? Did he win it? I'm not too sure.
I know Messi won.
He won Ballon d'Or, didn't he?
Argentina.
So I don't know if he... I'm
Yeah,
assuming he might have done.
Yeah, he may have done.
I like someone like
that,
Ruben
though.
Diaz.
I like
I reckon Ruben Diaz being up there. I reckon he'll have a very good tournament.
Do you fancy Portugal to go far?
I fancy Portugal to go far. Yeah, I reckon Portugal are sleepers. Not a lot of
win
people are talking about them, not to win it, but I reckon they're a sleeper nation at the moment.
But in fairness, you look at the quality of players they've got.
Yeah, you look at what you got. You got your Bernardo Silva, you got João Cancelo, Dalot at right back. It's two actual Premier League players. You've got like Ruben Diaz playing there. You've got
I think
a
still
good
plays
squad.
well, doesn't he? Pepe, I think still plays.
I think he's in the squad. Yeah, I don't know if he still plays, but they've just got quality all around.
Yeah.
A couple of young players. Well, their problem is everyone's saying their problem is goals, but I can just see Ronaldo. It's just so Ronaldo to just turn up and score 6, and then he'll go back to United and do fuck all for the rest of the year. He'll do it to prove a point, won't he? I can just see it.
He's the name there, isn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, that's who I reckon. And I think again, three decent suggestions,
shouts.
really.
Might end up being shockers, but that's part of the fun, isn't it?
We'll see. Well, so, should we go straight forward to the big ending, the final? Who do we think's going to win?
Young, have we?
Young. To be fair, we'll touch on Young then.
Because mine's not
Ashley Young.
Mine's not.
He's not there, mate.
Mine's not.
He win the 55-man squad, though, wasn't it? The provisional squad.
Although mine is. Although my player of the tournament's quite young, my young player of the tournament is younger.
Oh,
I think it's going to be Camavinga from France.
I was thinking about the centre-mid partnership of him and to
I've not really seen a lot of him.
Okay.
I've seen a bit of him in the Champions League, and for me, it's just like I think he's 19. I think he's just so confident, and he's something a bit different.
They got Tchouaméni as well, aren't they?
That's why I think they're going to play the two centre mids.
Yeah, because if you look at France's squad, they're the Camavinga starts in that.
Well, Pogba and Kante not there, are they?
Out of the midfielders that
the midfield is it's not weak,
but
it's not as well known, is it really, compared to the rest of the team?
Camavinga is gonna shine in it because I can see France getting to the semis.
I was thinking Tchouaméni or Camavinga will come to form as well, so I'll agree with you on that. What about you?
I made a few. There's a few obvious ones, isn't there? Like Bellingham, you'd expect to do well.
Yeah,
Foden,
yeah,
you'd
yeah,
expect
of course.
to do well.
Yeah.
There's a few from Spain. I think Gavi, Pedri, and Ansu Fati could do well. Big up Spain.
Yeah.
Big up Spain. But I've gone for. I mentioned Vinicius Junior again. I think he could win young or play.
Okay.
I think he qualifies both, doesn't he, to be fair. But two from Netherlands, Cody Gakpo again. And I've also gone with Xavi Simons, centre midfielder.
Okay,
He's been very good at PSV this season. And I just have I don't know if he's going to get played because they've got Frankie de Jong, haven't they, as well. But I know Wijnaldum's not there, so hopefully he'll get played. But from what I've seen of him at PSV, he looks a good player. I feel like this World Cup could be the sort of stepping stone he needs for.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at PSG, obviously he's done well at PSV this season. He goes and has a good World Cup now. He's going to be shit hot any next year, like for the big teams around Europe. I just think I'm excited to see Netherlands. I know I touched on them, but I think they've got a lot of good young players, and I think they got Frimpong as well.
Yeah.
He's at City Academy, didn't he? The right back.
Yeah, the right
I think
back.
he'll
I just think it's interesting to see the strength of the Dutch league, because there's a few teams in the Dutch league that are flying, aren't there? And I'm excited to see
Ajax
how strong.
Ajax have always looked good, haven't they? I think.
I just want to see how they're gonna like people like the PSVs where Gakpo was absolutely flying. Is he all that? I feel like we're going to find that out.
Find out the World Cup.
Yeah.
There you go.
Should we jump? So let's jump straight to the final. Let's end on a bang. Kieran Lawton.
Come on, mate. This is the big one. This.
Who do you reckon's going to win it?
Brazil.
Okay.
Against who?
Argentina.
Okay.
Oh, an all South American final.
Okay.
Brazil was one of, if not the first squads that was released. And I think even though there were so many good squads, I mean, it's the World Cup, it's the best players in the world.
Be all and end all in it. Yeah.
You look at that Brazil team and the depth in that team, you just think that is absolutely ridiculous.
I think the 5 subs is going to be massive for Brazil.
You use 5 subs in the World
Cup. First World Cup ever, you can get 5 subs, and I think 5 subs for Brazil.
It's just ridiculous, honestly. You look at every single player in that Brazil squad, and they're just
not a weakness, is there?
No, you don't look at one of them.
Even Dani Alves has got picked. I think that's great. He's been in the squad, hasn't he, Dani Alves? And I think that's mental. Because he's come out and he's not even. Where's he playing now? Is he in Brazil again?
Must be in Brazil again.
Yeah,
he must be.
He's won everything apart from World Cup, Dani Alves, and all, hasn't he? So there you go. That could be the...
But I think it's Brazil.
Interesting. I think different final, but same result. I've gone Brazil to win it, and I think it's Brazil-Portugal. When I did my predictions, so I did the EA Sports.
Yeah, it gives you a route to the final, doesn't it?
Yeah, straight away through, and mine was Portugal and Brazil. But there wasn't many shocks in mine, so I reckon I'm probably going to come unstuck on a few shocks here and there. But yeah, that's what I reckon is going to happen. I really rate Brazil.
Do you think Brazil will win it over Portugal?
Yeah, because it's just strength and depth, I think.
But then do you not think Ronaldo in a final would just turn up? Because you mentioned him already, didn't you, as Golden Boot. Do you not think he could?
But I also I just think overall the Brazilians are very, very good this year.
Well, it's been 20 years, hasn't it, since South American team won the World Cup?
It's so written in the stars.
It's got to end, on it, sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to end, and there's going to be a European side losing out for once. What do you reckon?
Well, I've gone South America v Europe in the final, not Brazil.
You've gone Argentina, haven't you?
I think Argentina will win it this year. I've said it for a good few months now, and I think it's written in stars for Messi, but I just think they've got quality. Similar to Brazil, I think they've both got very good teams. I think Brazil probably edge it in terms of overall squad depth. But I just look at Argentina this year. There's something about them.
So what about England then?
Finalists, runners up. I think we'll get runners up this year.
I think we don't have a battle again.
I think it's more hope rather than expectation.
Okay,
but why not? I know we laugh and take the piss, right? But this is a team that got to the semis the other year.
Yeah,
got to the final of the Euros, and we're not a shit team, are we? We've got some quality players now. You're smirking at me. I feel like you don't take it seriously.
I can just name 4 squads that are better than 100%,
ours. But it doesn't always work like that in the World Cup, does it?
Yeah, it's cup football.
Germany were the elders last time. They went out in the group stage. So there's no guarantees in a World Cup, is there?
No, there's not.
I think Brazil will go very close, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won it. Or maybe someone like Uruguay, who knows?
I'd love a team like Uruguay. I was thinking that. I'd love a team like Uruguay to win it. Just someone out of the blue.
I just fancy the South Americans. I just think because of the climate. But I also think they've got the best squads, haven't they?
I don't
fancy France. I think France will have a shocker.
When I did my EA Sports thing, I did France as third.
France were in my semis as well. I think it was France and Argentina, and I put Argentina.
I thought we've touched on a lot of teams. We've not really mentioned Spain or Belgium. None of them.
I just think Spain have just not got any strikers.
Spain have got a lot of good young players, haven't they? But I don't see a goal. I agree. I don't see a goal.
Who plays up front from? Is it Ferran Torres? And he scored 3 goals.
He scored Morata as well, haven't they?
Moreno?
There's no one really. And De Gea's not gone either, has he?
Their current squads don't really have a lot of experience in going far.
Belgium? No shouts for them.
Belgium will be alright. They'll do what they always do each quarters and get knocked out.
Yeah. Not enough quality, have they?
I feel like they've got quality in certain areas, but they just don't have. They're not Brazil.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? They're not a Brazil. They're not an Argentina. It's one
That's
of them.
the joy of the World Cup. You just never know, do you? You never know what's going to happen.
But yeah, we will get there. But yeah, make sure you head down below. There's people waving to us outside. We'll wave to them as well.
Try and ignore when you got past that.
Oh, I was waving.
We're in
an arena.
Make sure you let us know down in the comments or just message us directly. I want to know your winner. I want to know your player of the year as well. And I want to hear your predictions. However wild they are, someone's going to be right at the end of the day. And I want to hear your predictions. And make sure you head on over to Man City News now. I mean, Kieran Lawton, your Instagram.
Head over to Kieran Lawton.
I don't know my Instagram.
I mean, I'll tag you in it. We'll get tagged anyway.
I'll be tagged. Follow it.
It'll be in around.
Give him a follow.
But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and just let us know kind of what you think about this, and we'll join you for after the World Cup, and who knows what's going to happen.
It's coming home.
Come on,
It's coming home.
Come on, England.
It's coming home.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.